Hello and welcome. In this video, we are going to explore the fascinating world of sampling techniques in statistics. We will understand how researchers select a representative group from a larger population using both random and non-random methods. First, let's understand the core concept. The population is the entire group you want to study, which is often too large to survey completely. The sample is the smaller, manageable subset that you actually collect data from. Sampling is the bridge that allows us to estimate facts about the whole population by just looking at the sample. Sampling methods are broadly classified into two categories. First is probability sampling, or random methods, where everyone has a fair chance of selection. Second is non-probability sampling, or non-random methods, which relies on the researcher's choice or convenience. We will look at 4 types of each. Starting with random methods, we have simple random sampling. This is the purest form of sampling, like a lottery. Every single member of the population has an exactly equal chance of being picked. It removes bias, but you need a complete list of everyone in the population to do it. Next is systematic sampling. Here, we follow a system. We order the population list and pick every nth person. For example, picking every third person in a line. It is easier to administer than simple random sampling, but requires the list to be in a random order to avoid bias. Stratified sampling is used when we want to ensure specific groups are fairly represented. We divide the population into subgroups, or strata, like age or gender. Then, we randomly select samples from inside each subgroup. This guarantees that no group is left out. Cluster sampling is slightly different. Instead of picking individuals, we divide the population into natural groups or clusters, like schools or cities. We then randomly select entire clusters and survey everyone inside them. This is very efficient for large geographic areas. Now moving to non-random methods. The most common is convenience sampling. This is exactly what it sounds like, choosing people who are easiest to reach, like friends or people at a mall. While it is fast and cheap, it is highly prone to bias and often doesn't represent the true population. Judgmental or purposive sampling relies on the researcher's expertise. The researcher deliberately chooses participants who they think are best for the study. For example, if studying a rare medical procedure, you would handpick expert surgeons rather than the general public. Quota sampling is the non-random version of stratified sampling. The researcher sets a target, such as, I need 50 men and 50 women. They then find these people using any method, usually convenience, until the quota is full. It is not random, but it ensures diversity. Finally, we have snowball sampling. This is used for hard-to-reach populations, like secret societies. You find one person and ask them to refer you to others. The sample size grows bigger and bigger, rolling like a snowball. To summarize, probability or random sampling offers low bias and high generalizability, making it best for conclusive research. Non-probability sampling is faster and easier, but carries a higher risk of bias, making it better for exploratory studies where you just want a quick understanding.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.